The karak is a standard issue Grineer assault rifle that is used by many different Grineer infantry. It is one of the first guns that you can get and craft, as it only needs a master rank of 1 to craft and equipped. So you would think that it sucks, and isn't good for any high tier missions after, you know, Earth or Venus or Mars or any of those ones. But you're wrong, because if you mod the karak correctly, it can become a Grineer killing machine that can go up against some of the highest enemies. Now, if you haven't already guessed from my cringy intro I did before, I'll be showing you a Grineer build for the karak. Now, this weapon is made for killing Grineer, so I don't recommend you using this build in when you go into Corpus missions. You can if you want, if you're going to those lower level missions. Anything lower than Jupiter, you can probably use in Jupiter if you want, because you know it won't affect it at all. It doesn't really matter, because you know you'll be killing those Corpus enemies really quickly anyway, even if you have like a build that's made completely not for Corpus. But so it doesn't really matter, it won't affect time to kill at all. Now, this build is made for players that have a mastery rank around 6 to 8, so you should have most of these mods. I'll be showing off in the build, but there is one mod, Wildfire, which you probably one of the mods that you don't have. But like if you don't have this mod, it can be easily replaced with a normal heat mod, and it shouldn't change that much. But if you don't have a Wildfire mod and you like want a Wildfire mod to actually use and probably use in other like weapon builds and that kind of stuff, you can find it in alerts as like one of the rewards you get. That's probably the most common way you get it, and that's the way I've gotten it. You might be able to get it other way, but I don't know of those other ways. So just look around and you can probably find it eventually. There's mainly look in alerts. It's a pretty regular mod that appears in alerts, so yeah, just keep your eye out for that. Okay, so let's get into the actual build. But before I do, I was gonna say I recorded me actually showing off the build actually before I record all this, and actually the first 10 seconds of it actually glitched out and it doesn't work. Only the first 10 seconds. So I'm just gonna say what it was, because I don't want to re-record the whole entire thing, because that took me a while to actually record. It took me like 3 trials, and I don't want to do it again. So yeah, so what I said was I was basically saying that I used the Orkan Catalyst on it, and I was just saying so like that the build's based around Orkan's Catalyst, and I was just saying that I recommend you using Orkan's Catalyst on this gun because it's a really good gun. And now we're gonna go into the video, and yeah, so let's go into it. You don't have to use it if you don't like, but I do recommend that you do, because in my opinion, the karak is a really good gun, and it's very useful for many different circumstances, and you can mod it to basically be really good against Grineer and Corpus. So I just recommend using it, but you don't have to. And if you don't actually want to use Orkan Catalyst on it, you can kind of edit this to change it up. I haven't tested it out, but I'm not sure if this should equal up to 30. But you could use a serration mod on it. A serration mod, faster hands. I don't know how much you got level up, but use faster hands. And I think you would use a viral mod, not viral, but a viral secondary element, whatever you call them. Yeah, use one of those, and that should be very effective against most Corpus Grineer. So yeah, so that should be, if you don't want to use Orkan Catalyst, then do that. But if you do want to use Orkan Catalyst, this is a very good build for taking down Grineer. This is the one I use the most. I do have a second one over here, but this one is the one I use more often, a lot more, because you know I like having a lot of ammo in the mag. So yeah, so I'll show it off. So we got first mod is Wildfire, as you can see. One, because you know we need the heat so we can make the radiation, and yeah, so we need that, and it also adds more to the mag capability. Capability, I don't know, capacity. Okay, yeah. So so you got Wildfire, and they got Stormbringer, and Cryo rounds. These two are for, you know, these two are both to make the what's it called, the secondary element. Sorry, I apologize for that. Yeah, so these two. So we basically just need and also infested clip to make these two. Now the reason you want these two is because I'll show up a graph quickly on the screen. If you want that graph, it's down in the description. And basically, these two secondary elements are really good against Grineer. They do a lot of damage, they're very effective, and they have no negatives, except for, I think, radiation does towards machinery, but again, Grineer don't really use machinery that much, and the rollers are very easy to kill anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's why I have radiation. Off the top of my head, I haven't seen it, but off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure radiation does damage to ferrite, alloyed. It does to alloyed armor for the Grineer, so that means you'll be taking down the small units, and viral just does on the health, so you will just kill enemies a lot more quicker. So these two go really good for when you're doing a build for taking out Grineer. So that's why I'm both using them. I would put actually no, never mind. Actually, well, I have no puncture mods. I could probably put a puncture mod. Probably switch out one of these. Probably switch out mag warp if you wanted. If you don't want any increased mag, but you know you could do if you want. But I don't really care about the puncture. I just mainly care about the viral and radiation damage as that will do most of my damage onto the Grineer. So yeah, and I have mag warp and faster hands. I like these two because I like having them together because I like having a faster reload, because the base reload on the karak it's okay, it's decent, but I don't really like it. I like to be a little faster, so I have the faster hands here, and I have a magazine warp I mean, and so this increases the capability, and with this added with the wildfire, this basically makes it up to 50% increase to the mag, which makes it to 45, which is for the karak is pretty good, because you'll find with most enemies you'll be killing them in 3 shots, 3 to 4 shots, and then if you go into like doing the high level Uranus missions, you can you'll be doing them like most of the high tier enemies will be killing in like 10 bullets, and so that means you can kill several enemies, and then you've also got the faster reload, so when you do run out you'll just reload pretty quickly. And yeah, that's why I liked having these two mods. And we have Serration, which just adds extra damage, increases these ones here, and I think also increases the elements. I'm not sure about that though. So yes, it does actually. Yeah, so it's a very important one to have on. I usually have it on at where is it? 105%, because that's probably the best one. It's probably good for most guns. You can probably increase it if you want and take away faster hands or one of these two, because these ones are very important for the build I have here. So yeah, I also have a second one if you want a faster reload. It's pretty much the same, but has a higher status chance. So that means the statuses that these two actually do, which is viral does small amounts of damage over time, and radiation it basically makes the enemies go and attack it basically makes them go crazy and attack everything around them, any enemy they see. I've taken away the mag capability, how much mag it has, and I made it so it has a faster reload, and also I made it so that infested clip, unlike this one right here, has one, it's rank 4. I made it so this one's rank 5, so you do more damage and also reload faster. But I think when using this overall, when you have a higher mag, you'll have more bullets to put into an enemy, and also you have, because it's still pretty fast reload, you'll be reloading really fast. So yeah, that's why I use this one more often. I just prefer it, and this one, it's okay. They're pretty much the same. Like, I'm saying it like there's a difference. There pretty much isn't that much of a difference, except you can't fire that much. So yeah, I'm saying this, but it's just more up to preference at that point. Like, no one is really better. One's kind of just, there's no real difference. So I don't know why I made a second one, but there's no real difference. So yeah, this is the build I have, and it's pretty effective. I'll show some gameplay after this. Of me actually using this in, I think in Uranus. I'm not sure which mission. And I'll just go do it. Yeah, so I'll just put it up. And also, before I was talking about, if you wanna do the picture of the graph I put up before of all the different damages and how impact and how all the damages, how they would what they do to specific factions, which faction they do and how they make them. I'll have that in the description, and what I recommend you doing is putting that into a Word document. If if this is on a computer, if you have an Xbox, well, sorry, but and what I do is I just put it into a Word document, and I just basically put it up onto the screen next to me, because I have 2 screens, because I'm so mind that I have 2 screens, and I'll just read it off, and then while I'm making a build, I'll just look to it and see what what kind of damage, how much damage does it does to the the ferret shields, and see what its effect does right next to me, and then I'll decide it. And so yeah, that's what I normally do, is basically just put them together and just kind of just look at it while I make my builds. So I recommend you doing that, and I'll have it in the description. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna head now, and I'm just gonna leave some footage of me actually using this build against some Grineer. I think on Uranus, I think is the planet I did it on. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it out. I'll leave it to play for the rest of the video, and I'm gonna go now. Okay, see ya.
Stand by for support. The first life support capsule has arrived. Activate it when your supply is low. Fallen enemies will drop crucial life support. Be on the lookout. Get ready for a capsule. Additional life support has arrived. Life support incoming. Another life support capsule is now available. Life support on the way. I've delivered another life support capsule. When you are ready, go to extraction. Our operative is making progress. This will help our cause. Tenno, prepare for life support. Additional life support has arrived.
Show me your ID cards now. You, where's your round? Down on the ground. You, Grineer. That better not be a Redfield badge. Grab him. Search those crates. Rail leader requesting.
Tenno, there's a time-limited mission alert available. Check navigation.